In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to this spontaneous morning edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub Nub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. Not going to keep us long. I just want to make a point here and roll out early in the morning. Thank you so much. We are simulcasting on Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry YouTube channel, Angel Snub Nub 7, Reality's Temple on Earth YouTube channel, Angel Snub Nub 7 YouTube channel, Facebook. We got our Facebook back. They had us jump through some hoops, and I went on and jumped through. And we cleared up that supporting terrorist crap up, and our Facebook pages and affiliates was reinstated. So I want to thank Facebook for giving us that opportunity. And also, I thank you so much for joining us this morning for this spontaneous morning broadcast. Off the topic, I want to talk about, and many of you have heard of this recent charges brought against Sean P. Diddy Combs, the famous rapper, music mogul, and he was denied bail, and the government is charging him with some horrific stuff. Now, for me, I don't wish bad on nobody. Even those who have slandered my name, those who some have threatened my physical person, I have yet, and nobody can say that I have come on this camera and asked for you to hate them. I have not asked for you to do not listen to them, or none of these things. I have my faith in humanity, and I respect you as an adult. You do as you please. Sometimes we do things out of ignorance, and sometimes we do things out of knowledge. You would think after the R. Kelly scandal, you would think after the Bill Cosby scandal, you would think after the Michael Jackson scandal, and the countless scandals which sometimes leads to incarceration, you would think that soul brothers would learn something from that. I can talk because I'm guilty. I can talk because I acted as a fool. I acted stupid. With knowledge, not ignorance. I knew what I was doing. And I knew the consequences. I did not know that I would lose 10 years of my life behind glass and steel. I did not know that. But I knew that my actions would put me in a situation that would cause me incarceration. There's no way Sean Diddy Combs, he did not know that his actions, his activity, now if it's just you, that's different. But when others know about what you do, then you open yourself to things like this. What do you think going to happen when you're having freak parties and drugs is involved and the abuse of women? What you think going to happen? You didn't learn nothing from these other black men. Yes, I do. I understand. I understand. See, soul brothers not used to having nothing. So they like when somebody obey them. When they put themselves in a position of some type of authority. I control your paycheck. I control whether you're going to have a house or not. I control your body, because for black men, we don't run and control nothing. So when we finally control any little thing, it goes to our head. So we want to be the slave master. And when you listen to the black conscious community, that's what I hear. I don't hear freedom, justice, and equality. I hear a group of people that want to be a slave master. And when you hear the Hebrew Israelites, they already tell you that God is going to come and make them the slave owner, and the white people will be the slave. So they have a slave mentality. And some of y'all can't wait for God. You got to have your slave now. So if you can find a black person or anybody, your wife, your children, your dog, somebody I can rule. You go on the internet, it's all about these black men. They want to be slave owners. I want to rule. I want to control somebody. Everybody except the oppressor. Because if you want to control him, what is it that they always tell us? If you want some ass, you got to bring some ass. And we ain't ready to bring nothing. So we target those who are weaker. Our children, our girlfriends, our wives, even our dog Scruffy. Something that you can control. So here's Sean P. Diddy Combs in a position of power. Look what I control. Look what I do. But you're not building in your wanting to rule and control. You're not building nobody. You want to degrade them. You want to bring them down. And so now it has come full circle. And you know what's going on. You're not doing this out of ignorance. These black men want to be white. You want to be able to do what white men have done for generations. But you're too stupid and too arrogant to see that this time period is different. You have something called the Me Too movement in this country, where white men, they have to sacrifice some of their own guys. What's his name? Weinstein and Epstein. Sound like Jewish name, don't it? I ain't gonna go there. They flagged my channel. What is it? Epstein? That's a Jewish name, ain't it? Stein. I thought that's Jewish. Anyway, Caucasian guys aren't able to do what they used to do. And when the floodgates open, all kinds of folks start coming. So it starts off with Cassie, and who knows? The government said, we got a whole lot of folks waiting on you. It started off with one person with R. Kelly, and here go. It started with one person with Michael Jackson. We got all these other boys. It started with one person with Bill Cosby. Here go all these 17 women. The floodgates start. Even people lie. I was there. Ain't nothing happened to her. I want to try to get on this too. I'll lie. Maybe I can get a couple of dollars. Well, at least I get on TV. So now our brother who decided not to do, I don't really, I'm not impressed by none of this blackity black stuff, but at least if Sean P. Diddy Combs was involved in the struggle, maybe he would not be facing these charges as he is today. Somebody was asking, somebody wrote in my community wall. I had posted about the charges. I put a meme up about the charges against Sean P. Diddy Combs, and somebody wrote he was only obeying orders, doing what his handlers want him to do. So you can come on here, join the conversation, because I have yet to hear a response. Who are these handlers? Who are the ones that's handling, that's making P. Diddy do what he done or put him in that position? Who are his handlers? How do you know? It's amazing how much these folks know. The government is doing this, and so-and-so is controlling P. Diddy. How do you know all this? Sitting on your couch watching TV. You're not affiliated with the government, or you're not affiliated with somebody who could be affiliated with the government. How do y'all know all this fantastical stuff? So-and-so is controlling P. Diddy. People making robots. How do y'all know all this stuff? The Illuminati is controlling folks, and how do y'all know all this fantastical stuff? Sitting in your house, watching TV, and you know all this fantastical stuff. This is what happens to us because we want to be white. And P. Diddy is not the only black man in this country. They always try to get these positions and believe they can do what the white folks do and get all caught up. Because you partying with them. They standing and grinning. Then when your ass get in trouble, they're going to be on the stand testifying against you. I thought you was my friend. No, you a Negro that got some money. The only reason why I'm socializing with you, because you're P. Diddy and you got some money. And you're going to give me some free drugs. You're going to give me some free drink. That's why I'm socializing with you. Now, you're on trial to be a criminal. I don't want to be associated with you. You mess up my game. I will send you some ramen noodles, sir. And it's not only P. Diddy. Even the so-called blackity black conscious community, they do the same thing. Because whether you like it or not, the black American man is their product. You act like them, you walk like them, you talk like them, your mind is like them. I don't care if you're a Hebrew Israelite, I don't care if you're a Pan-African, I don't care if you black first, I don't care if you black 37, I don't care if you're a new Black Panther, I don't care if you're a black Muslim, all this blackity black stuff, you ain't nothing but the white man. And that's what you always be. Because that's all you know. All this blackity black stuff ain't nothing but frosting. And frosting only covers the cake. The frosting is not the cake. It's just something that covers the cake. And that's all you are. Cake. White cake. With black frosting. Chocolate frosting. That's all any of you do. And that's why they don't like to be around me. Because I'm not going to feed that fantasy I know what you are because I know what I am. As the Bible says, the only way that you can enter the kingdom of heaven, I believe that's how it goes, you have to be born again. And we know we can't go back into our mother's womb. To be born again means this whole mindset, who and what we are, got to be born again. And you have not born nothing. The only thing you did was put frosting on top of the cake. It's still an angel food cake with chocolate frosting. That's all you are. And that's why you have not accomplished nothing. That's why you have not progressed. Because you're them. They're your daddy. And you act like them. And you're not going to go against your father. Because you are of your father, the devil. And you think like him, act like him. You are him. You cannot show anything. You cannot show anything different. I would hope that Sean P. Diddy Combs, if he is able to get out of this, do not be like Michael Jackson, who continued to act in that manner that he was charged with. I hope that he do not be like R. Kelly, who continue, or Bill Cosby. They so arrogant. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And so Michael Jackson's reputation was destroyed. R. Kelly is sitting behind bars as we speak. Bill Cosby's reputation is destroyed. Trying to be white. You can't do what they do in their country. And now they can't hardly do. Because these women have united, I'm going to say that again, a lot of women have united against them. And you don't unite to do nothing. So how you going to get angry at the homosexual community, the gay community, when they know how to unite to get something done? You get angry at them. Oh, the gays do this and the gays. They unite for a common cause. Do you really believe all of them, they love each other? No. We're doing this for a common cause. Your happy ass have not learned that lesson yet. These Caucasian women get together. They unite for a common cause. And I already know personally they might not even like each other, but we have a common cause. And you, black man, you don't know how to unite. So you always going to be on the bottom. Because people who are united always going to be stronger than those who are divided as individuals. I don't care if you Bruce Lee. I don't care if you Jackie Chan. I don't care if you think you Steven Seagal. If you go to prison and they want that bootang, you can't fight no 30 people. That's some fictional stuff in the movies. You're going to give up the bootang if they don't kill you. Because the people that want the bootang are united. We want that Bruce Lee booty. We want that Steven Seagal booty. You by yourself can't do nothing. That's why a lot of people, when they go to jails and prisons, they unite. They join these gangs because they want this protection. You're not going to last long as an individual. You're going to have to be cool with somebody. And this black man, soul brother in this country, we have not learned that lesson. You talk it, but you don't know how to do it. Oh, you know how to do it. You're too selfish. Because You jealous of each other. Oh, I can't unite with Angel Snub Number 7. If people listen to him, then that'll take away from me. That'll take away from my money. That'll take away from the people who listen to me. That's how we think. And that's why when your happy ass do something crazy, you're going to be all alone. P. Diddy is all alone. We have some crazy, selfish, arrogant, for somebody that don't have any power. We have an arrogant mindset. So we're going to get into our topic from here. I'm guilty. What you guilty of? When I, or any of us, when we first listen to, and I'm not picking on the Nation of Islam, this is a blackity black power. All of them think this way. Pan-Africans, black Muslims, the Hebrew Israelites, all this blackity stuff, they think this way. So I'm not just picking on the Nation of Islam. I'm just using the Nation of Islam because that's where I come from. Because I'm guilty. Because I'm guilty. And I had to think about it. When you get older, we're supposed to mature. We're supposed to learn from our mistakes. As you mature, you're supposed to get better. Even though you don't have that much time left on the earth, you're supposed to get better. So that you can bring that wisdom to the children so they don't make the same mistakes that you make. But our children and myself, we made the same mistakes over and over again because the elders, our adults, did not evolve. They don't learn. They don't change. So we continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. I don't want to be like that. I'm trying not to be like that. I'm too old to be a silly old man. I got enough years under my belt that I should be smart. I have enough experience under my belt. I should be smarter. We can't be falling in the same hole over and over again. And sometimes in our growth, in our evolution, we got to leave people that want to stay back there. You got to leave them so that you can move forward. There are those of us smart enough to go to the next grade, but our friends flunked. And you want to be with your friends. So instead of going to the 10th grade, I want to go back to the 7th grade. You're doing yourself a disservice. That's on them. Don't stop your evolution. Don't stop your growth because of them. That's a disservice. You got to move forward. You got to keep kicking forward. So I got to move forward. I cannot concentrate. I cannot spend a lot of time trying to get folks to understand. I cannot do that. I have to keep moving forward because there's others like yourself. You don't have to worry about them. Let them stay behind. And that's why you call yourself leader, but you have not led nobody nowhere because you have not evolved to the mind of a leader. You have no vision. You have no purpose. You have no goal. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Leadership is not copying somebody back in 3rd grade. With all due respect, Dr. King is 3rd grade. With all due respect, Malcolm is third grade. With all due respect, Frederick Douglass is third. That's the past. You learn from their mistakes. You learn from their failures so that you can move forward to the next grade, to the next level. The baton is being passed to you, but you drop it. You keep dropping it. That's why you cannot win the race. You right here. And then you make excuses for being right here. Oh, things take time. God gonna do this and blah, blah, blah. We keep making these excuses. And other people, new people can come to the United States and get in the race and pass you. And your leaders, your so-called leaders, don't care. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be living in this country, even though we went through all the hell we've been through. It's embarrassing. Even though we have all these obstacles against us, it's embarrassing that these people come here, and we've been here going on 500 years, and they surpass us. And our children will be begging these immigrants for jobs within the next 10 years. And the only thing we can do is talk about woulda, shoulda, coulda. You're immature and you don't evolve because you think you're still in the past. You're not even here today. So if you're not even thinking about today, you're damn sure not thinking about tomorrow. What we guilty of? See, the black conscious community, the blackity black community, and some others, we are the leaders. We are more awakened. We are more conscious. So as a leader, being more conscious, you have a responsibility. But you continue to fail because you decide to stay in the third grade instead of going to the fourth, fifth, high school, college, PhD, blah, blah, blah. You're comfortable where you at. That's why you're not making moves. You sound good. Dr. Umar Johnson sound good. Louis Farrakhan sound good. Nuri Muhammad sound good. Brother Ben sound good. Sonetta TV, all those people, they sound good. Young Pharaoh, they sound good. All this sound good stuff don't produce nothing. And the people accept that because they don't know any better. Because they've never been free. They don't know what freedom is. They think freedom is a speech. They think freedom is talk. To be able to go to the Dairy Queen and get a cheeseburger. That's freedom. They really don't understand and don't know freedom. And clearly you don't either. Because you're comfortable being where you at. What are we guilty of? What we guilty of? We're going to say this and get out of here. What you guilty of? One of the things that all this blackity, pro-blackity stuff, one of the things that they say, talking about soul brothers and sisters in this country, the black men and women in this country, black Americans, foundation of black Americans, freedom, whatever you want to call yourself, because you don't know what the hell you are. We got all the, I'm an aboriginal, I'm a this, I'm a Kemetic, whatever. That goes to show you your confusion. You don't even know who the hell what you are. But legally we know, because the man in charge said that you're black. You're a black American or African American. Legally, that's what you are. So all this other stuff that you talk about don't mean nothing. Because it's not recognized legally. So who gives a damn about all these other names? So in this country, you and I are an African American, no matter what you say with your mouth. And on all your records, all this other stuff, you do not put. They don't recognize. Because you ain't bad enough to make them recognize it. You're a black American, African American at this time. But this is what we tell our people, that they are mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. I was taught that. The so-called Negro is mentally dead. Negro means dead. I was taught that in the Greek language that you can interchange the G with a K or a C, which would give us the suffix, right, or prefix, suffix or prefix of necra. And necra means dead. Necrology is the study of the dead. A necrologist is someone who studies the dead. Necrophilia is those who want to have sex with a dead body. So we are dead people. The Negro or the dead people. We are mentally dead, dumb, deaf, can't hear, and cannot see. We're blind. And this is what Pan-Africans teach. This is what Hebrew Israelites, blackity black, pro-black, black first. We call, in the Nation of Islam, they call you a lost found. You're lost. But you become found once you embrace the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You become found when you become Kemetic. You become found when you become a Hebrew Israelite. You become found when you accept Pan-Africanism. Then you're no longer mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. And to me, now for me, when I was taught that, I never acted on it. Because I thought it was insulting. Because at one time, I was deaf, dumb, and blind. But was I? How you gonna call somebody deaf, dumb, and blind when the people themselves have accomplished and doing better than your happy ass? They mentally deaf, dumb, and blind, mentally dead, but they have accomplished and continue to accomplish more than all this blackity black stuff put together. You can't compare. And really you are embarrassing yourself to make such a claim. Now, when these things first came on the scene, okay, you making this claim, blah, blah, blah. But what is it that they say in the Quran? The Quran says, I'm paraphrasing, do you think that you would believe and not be tested? So now we've had all this blackity black stuff 100 years or more. And you are not mentally dead. You are not dumb, deaf, and blind. So what have they produced? Absolutely nothing. Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown Records, borrowed $500. I believe that's how the story goes. He borrowed $500 from some Jewish people and started Motown Records. He's mentally deaf, dumb, and blind. He took $500 and built a multi-million-dollar international empire. Now here you are conscious, you awake, you got all the teachings, give you $500, what do they do? You want to go to a fancy hotel and blow it on a jacuzzi. These blackly black type folks. You give them $500, what have they produced for you? You give Berry Gordy, who is mentally deaf, dumb, and blind, gave him $500. He built, there's a lot of brothers and sisters who are deaf, dumb, and blind that had little or nothing, and they built their own empires. Here are these people, they beg for money. Will you cash out me? Will you donate? They beg for money every damn day and don't produce nothing for you. Berry Gordy produced jobs, gave Michael Jackson a job, gave Diana Ross a job, gave Smokey Robinson a job. Bob Johnson produced jobs, gave so-and-so a job, such and such a job. The Black Pan-African Hebrew Israelite community, all this black stuff, produced nothing but you awake. You got to teach the deaf, dumb, and the blind. That's an insult. These are the same people. Not only do they call you deaf, dumb, and blind, but they also say or call you these names that they got from the slave master. Call you Uncle T, you a Sambo, you a coon. These are the people that love us. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. And actually, it was this brother called Tommy Sotomayor. He was the one that awakened me when I heard him say, y'all talking all this love black people stuff, and you calling us coons and Sambos and blah, blah, blah. And I don't like Tommy Sotomayor like that. Well, I don't like what he has to say. I don't know him personally. I don't know him personally. But I thought about what he said. I said, you're right. So I stopped calling brothers and sisters because they did not agree with me and called them out of their name using the white man's name. The closest I ever used was this label I call dark European, because that's what we are. We never lived on an Indian reservation. We never lived in Africa. We never lived nowhere except the good old United States. The only people that we know of and live under the lifestyle are the American Europeans right here. That's all that we know. Most of us, we do not speak no other language except good old American English. No matter how broken it is, that's what we do because this is all that we know. Now, one thing I refuse to do, because I am guilty of calling brothers and sisters, and I apologize for anybody out there in the past. I called you these nasty racist names. Then turn around and talk about, I love black folks. Just like men talk about, I love women, but then some of them is the H word, some of them is the B word. No, I love women. You never hear me. I don't care how angry I get. You never hear me. Sometimes I lose it sometimes, but it still don't come out. You never hear me say that B so-and-so and that H so-and-so. You never. But you can do that because these black people are nothing but somebody that you want to recruit to your slave plantation. All these are slave plantations. The Nation of Islam is a slave plantation. The Hebrew Israelites is a slave plantation. Tariq Nasheed, FBI ain't nothing but a slave plantation. They ain't nothing but they just want to recruit you. They do not love you. Because if you love me, then you produce food, clothing, and shelter. All the millions of dollars, thousands of dollars that these suckers get. Where is my food? Where is my clothing? Where's my shelter? They produce nothing for you. If you love your children, a woman or a man, when you love your children, you put shoes on your babies. You put shelter over them. You put food in their mouth. Because you love and you care for them. Because they aren't able to do it for themselves. Since we're deaf, dumb, and blind, then you need to produce and show us how to produce food, clothing, and shelter. These deaf, dumb, and blind people don't need your ass. They have multi-million-dollar houses, driving fancy cars. You can't do a damn thing for them, and you talking about they deaf, dumb, and blind. And you begging them for money every day. Oprah, will you send me a check? Gail, will you send me a check? LeBron, will you send me a check? But they deaf, dumb, and blind, and you begging them for a few dollars. But we always target the poor, those, the suffering, because they living in a dream. You sell them false hopes and false dreams. They still waiting for this African school from Dr. Umar Johnson. What is going on? 15 years? Selling false hopes and dreams. Allah gonna come, the great pumpkin gonna come and save us. Now, one thing I'm not guilty of, and that is trying to force my belief on anybody. There's 40 million brothers and sisters in this country. I don't need to force my religion, my belief on nobody. That's a waste of time. I talk to you. You don't like what I have to say? You still my brother, you still my sister. I got to go on to the next one. But we still cool. There are many people who have fell out with me because in order to be their friend, I have to embrace their belief. I don't give a damn about your belief. I'm cool with you. Your belief is open season. It's no different. You like oranges and I like apples. Why I can't talk about those things? If I like apples, you can talk about apples all you want to. Don't bother me none. You have people, you can't talk about their religion. You didn't create it. You didn't even create it. You got it from a foreigner. Got it from a slave owner. You didn't even create it. You all off into the spirit world. You don't like nobody questioning your crap. Because you know that don't make sense. But you want to hold on to it. And you want to continue to spread the lie. No. Then you're going to turn out to, I'm a truth teller. You ain't no damn truth teller. You don't give a damn about the truth. The only thing you care about is spreading your lie. And you are a liar. And it is an insulting to brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters, to call them mentally dead. They mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. They might be ignorant. And what are you selling? A belief. You're not selling knowledge. And anybody can be ignorant. You can give me a paper in Chinese. Give me the paper. I have no idea. I can't speak Chinese. I cannot read Chinese. You give it to me, that's all I can do. But I'm not stupid. I'm not illiterate. But when it comes to this, I don't know. I'm ignorant. I have lack of knowledge. But I can learn how to speak Chinese. I can learn how to read Chinese. Just because these are not hip to your belief, that's not knowledge. Learning Chinese, reading Chinese is knowledge. What you offered is belief. Some of it is knowledge, but it's belief. And if they don't embrace your belief, oh, they mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. What is death? What is dead? When you call somebody a Negro, when you call somebody dead, there's no life. You telling that person there's no life in you. You rotten, you stinking, you decomposing. That's an insult to us. There's nobody with life. That's why we was called soul brothers and sisters. That's why the white man said, damn, y'all got soul, meaning y'all got life. So how the hell can you be a Negro? We found life even though we was walking in the valley of the shadow of death. We might be ignorant, but we're not dead. But when you give us knowledge, not belief, when you give us knowledge, you're going to find out exactly how alive we are. We don't move, we don't progress because what y'all give us is dead stuff. It's not alive. And you try to follow dead folks. A dead teaching. Crap that has expired. You go to your refrigerator and you will throw out that milk. You will throw out that meat, that fish. You look at the expiration date. Oh, that expires so-and-so. So you throw it out. It's not spoiled yet, but look at the expiration date. What is, woo, we're going to get out of here. What is more expired than these teachings that we got from 1930, 1925, some made up stuff 5,000 years ago, some made up stuff you got in the Bible 2,000 years ago. What's more expired than that? But you hold on to that which has expired. The people that originally created it, long dead. You don't know who they was. You don't know nothing about them. But this is good. It expired 2,000 years ago, but this is good. But a fresh bottle, because that's all I can offer you here. A fresh bottle. I don't want that. That expired December 2025. I like stuff that expired 2025 years ago. You don't see that you sick. You don't see that you have a problem. Can't you see that you are the real mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind? And these here are just waiting for the knowledge so they can express themselves because they are alive. They are not deaf, dumb, and blind. You the one deaf, dumb, and blind. You the one confined in this square. You the one trapped in the square. You're the one lost in time. These just need the knowledge. Because they are alive. And since they are alive, they can build, they can create. They just don't have the knowledge that can give them the vision and the purpose and the guidance so they can move forward. A lot of them are trapped listening to your dead ass, talking from the grave. Grave robbers. Everything they do come from the grave. Most of these teachings that we have, the leaders are all gone. You can't follow Malcolm no more. You can't follow Elijah. You can't follow Marcus Garvey. You can't follow Frederick Douglass. You can't follow these people. They're gone. And you damn sure can't follow nobody in Kemet. Nobody in Kemet taught you nothing. Fabricated lies. Pseudo scholarship. Ain't nobody from Kemet taught you nothing. You don't even practice African spirituality. And if you do call yourself, talk about African spirituality, the people on the continent don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is that stuff? What tribe that come from? You make up your own African spirituality. That's why they say African spirituality is relative term. What Africans it come from? Who taught you that? Well, we already know nobody from Kemet taught you Kemetic scholarship teaching. We already know that. African, Dr. Umar Johnson taught Pan-African. What Africans are you talking about? Who are you trying to emulate? They're just talking nonsense because they are mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. Tongue-tied. You don't get angry at me because I'm alive. Because I found my soul. Soul is life. And soul is the sun that gives me life. I'm alive and I'm breathing. You don't understand that because you're dead in the grave. Decomposing. Rotting. The worms done got to you. Grave robbers. So I will never insult nobody. Even the grave robbers. I'm not going to call you deaf, dumb, and blind and you mentally dead. I'm not going to even do that to you because you are alive. You just misguided. And you walk in ignorance. But as soon as you get your hands on some real knowledge, watch how you sprout. Watch how you move because you are alive. But you're not going to get anywhere, nor am I going to get anywhere robbing the grave. We need to evolve. We need to graduate. We need to be able to move forward. Learn from the past, the success and the failures, so you don't fall into the same holes that others did prior to ourselves. You be on your way. Learn how to get yourself together instead of talking about the gay community. Why don't you ask them, how y'all unite like that? Instead of talking about the white women, ask the white women, how y'all get together and unite like that? Because that's what you need. Why don't you ask them, because they're able to do that. You need that unification. But after 100 years, with all your teachings, you are awakened and you are conscious. You're not able to do anything. You're not able to unite. Because because you're still white in the mind. And white don't like black. Because white call you a Negro. And that's what some of y'all even say out of your own mouth. You a Negro. You a color. You a Sambo. You call yourself that. Because you are them. With all your blackness, you're them. And you behave like them and act like them. And they want to keep you down. And so you voluntarily keep yourself down. Because I want to stay on the good side of my side. I'm free. I'm not a slave no more. I don't go to the cemetery. I respect the dead. But I don't dig their graves up. May you rest in peace. You dig the graves up and try to use it. You won't let Marcus Garvey rest in peace. You won't let Malcolm rest in peace. You won't let Frederick Douglass rest in peace. And you always talking about them because you have not been able to do nothing except give all this scholarship teaching junk. They didn't use that. They had to create a valid activity in order to change their condition. Speeches motivate you in order to take the proper action, some kind of action that will cause the change. Learning about the distance of the sun and the spirits coming out the ground, how does that help us? I was listening to young Pharaoh babble about some kind of stuff. I'm like, how does that help us? How does that help P. Diddy get out of jail? P. Diddy is depending that his lawyers know their stuff. Real knowledge. The reason why I'm talking to you is because of real knowledge. All that scholarship stuff doesn't mean anything if it is not proper, if it is not appropriate to your situation. That does not help us in our situation. Sound good, but it's like using a screwdriver as a hammer. You can use a screwdriver to hammer a nail. I know because I've done it. Some of y'all have done it. You didn't have nothing else around and you take a screwdriver or whatever and you try to hammer something. But it's not the appropriate tool. So that's what we need to do. Don't be ashamed to say, I don't know. Why don't we give other things a try? Why don't we listen to other folks? Keep doing what you're doing. Because you are deaf, dumb, and blind for real. The pot calling the kettle black. If you are not deaf, dumb, and blind, and everybody else is, then you should be doing better. But this black conscious community, all this blackity black talk, black first, Hebrew is a Pan-African, whatever you want to call yourself, you are actually living on a lower level than the deaf, dumb, and blind. Because you got to beg them for a few dollars. They don't beg you for nothing. You on YouTube every day begging the deaf, dumb, and blind. If you're so smart, you don't need their help like that. It's thousands of you. You shouldn't need the help from the deaf, dumb, and blind. And even you can't get together and unite to do anything. I'm black conscious, and all you blackity black, but you can't get together to accomplish nothing. But they deaf, dumb, and blind, they get together to accomplish what they want. They just not accomplishing what you think. As a slave master, they're not accomplishing what you want. And what do you want? You just want to be a slave master too. So the next time you hear one of these suckers talk about, oh, our people are deaf, dumb, and blind, then you show them who the real deaf, dumb, and blind, who the real dead folks are. Brother Phil Fox in the house, and we got Gavin Washington. We got folks here in the chat room. Shout out to our people on Facebook. We want to thank Facebook. We want to thank Facebook for reinstating our channel. Thank you, Facebook. Even though I think that you did us dirty, I appreciate. Thank you, Facebook, for putting our channel back up. Brother Phil Fox says, I hear you, Angel Snut Number 7. The blind leads the blind. Someone ass gets left behind. Modern day slavery of cults. Exactly. The blind, Brother Phil says, the blind leading the blind. That's why we continue to suffer. That's why we cannot progress. And they want to, but they know these folks know they can't really say and debunk anything Angel Snuff Nuff 7 says. The only thing you have to do is prove me wrong. I shut up. Just prove me wrong, I shut up. Prove me wrong, I shut down the channel myself. Facebook don't have to do nothing. YouTube don't have to do nothing. Prove me wrong. I shut it all down. Because you don't need me no more. The reason why Angel Snuff Nuff 7 is here, the reason why other brothers and sisters that you're not going to like slowly rising to the top is because people getting sick of all the talk, but when they look at reality, ain't nothing happening. It's only going to last so long. More and more people slowly but surely coming my way. And they are attracted to my voice, what I say, because that's the reality. And they tired of being losers. That was one of the main reasons why I left Louis Farrakhan. Wasn't getting no work. We doing all this work. I don't see what it is, not doing nothing for me. But Farrakhan getting paid. And I gotta wash dishes. The hell with that. If I gotta wash dishes, I'm not gonna support your happy ass so that you can live a millionaire. I'm not that dumb, I'm not that stupid. We have I'm gonna get out of here. We have a vision. Where is it? On this side. It's called Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign. If you're not familiar with that proposal, one of my best video compilations is Operation Exodus Mississippi for Dummies. Because it's people that kept coming to me like it's so hard to understand. So I made a video and broke it down like I was talking to a kindergartner, and they shut up. You don't want to understand anyway, because it's not coming from the grave, it's coming from somebody who is alive. So look that video up, Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign for Dummies. I don't know if that's the exact title, but for dummies. Learn about our proposal. Has nothing to do with my personal belief or opinion or my conclusion. Mississippi Campaign is a political idea that benefits all. It's a political move. Using your vote to get you your privileges, your rights, that you should have had, 50, 60, 100 years ago. But since they're not going to give it to you, you got to be smart enough to take it. Just like our brother Kaba was saying. They're not going to give it now. You got to be smart enough to take it. And you are that smart. You're not deaf, dumb, and blind. You just keep following these losers. You're misguided, but you're smart. If you really was mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind, I wouldn't even be trying to talk to us. Because you're dead. A few weeks ago, I was going back and forth to the cemetery. And you talk to the people in the cemetery, you're not going to get an answer. They're not going to do anything. Because they're gone, they're dead. They no longer exist. I'm talking to you because you're not deaf, dumb, and blind. You're not mentally dead. You are alive. Just misguided. You just have not been able to break that second chain. You thought breaking the first chain was cool. But this second chain, because you think it's not a chain, you think it's your freedom. And the chain's still there. Voluntary chain. Because you think I'm free. Well, if you're free, anything that's free has motion. Anything that's free moves. You don't move. There's no real activity except talk. Yeah, y'all talk good. Black people produces the best preachers and pastors and articulate folks, but they're not able to cause us to move. We have not really moved since the end of the civil rights era. But now you are in a time where everything is to your advantage. This is really the time to move. Everything is ripe for the pickings. Everything is ripe for you. But you're trapped because of this other chain. And you think I'm telling you something wrong. But I'm not. And those who come and test me, they always fail. Because they know that what we're saying here is right. I represent the living, not the dead. I represent faith in yourself. Control your own destiny. Stop depending on what dead folks had done. That was their time. This is 2024. They did what they thought they had to do in their time. Stop trying to copy them. Use your brain because you're not mentally dead. Use your brain the same way they did and move forward. And stop calling folks out of their names. Stop calling out people these racist names. Coon and Sambo Negro and all this old stuff that you learned from the slave master. We are not deaf, dumb, and blind. If I'm deaf, dumb, and blind, anytime you want to, bring your happy ass here and challenge the deaf, dumb, and blind person and see how far you get. I'm alive. I'm not going to let nobody from a grave move me. I'm alive. The living move the dead. The dead don't move the living. And that's a fact. On that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us this morning. It's always a wonderful thing. It's an honor that you would give us a few moments of your time. Again, we are simulcasting on Angel Snub 7 YouTube channel, Reality's Temple on Earth YouTube channel, Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry YouTube channel, and our Facebook, Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry, our Facebook channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I know we sound sort of harsh. I know we can sound sort of intimidating. But this is the type of talk that we need so that we can break that final chain so that you can see, come up out of the grave and get that soul back into your body. Come alive so you can show the world who the true Son of God is, if you understand. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, share this video. If you want to, you can make a Angel Snub 7 channel. Copy our videos and put it on there. Free. You know YouTube, Facebook is free. Do that for us. Let's get this word out here. I guarantee you help do this, you'll see us starting to move. Because I represent, and the word that we represent here is living. We are alive. Nothing that I talk about comes from the grave. It comes from the living. We learn from the grave. We learn from the past, but we are not dead. The dead cannot create history. Only the living. The dead is history. They cannot create it. That's why you haven't done anything. Because you're following dead stuff. You're alive. And the only way you're going to move forward, you got to go into yourself. And become the living being that you and I really are. On that note, let's get out of here. Again, thank you everyone for listening this morning. Appreciate it. And as our ancestor, Don Cornelius, used to always say as in parting, we wish y'all love, peace, and soul. And we are Audi 5000.